touch the earth, touch the earth, touch the earth.
All right, yate everybody, a very good evening. We'd like to take this time always to acknowledge our traditional owners and ancestors of the tribal lands, Ogap Oge Owinge, also known as Santa Fe, where we reside. Thank you for all your blessings tonight. Um, Everyone, please welcome Crickett Tiger.
Yes, Cricket!
Crickett Tiger, who was born in Oklahoma in 2004, is a student at the New Mexico School of the Arts in Santa Fe. Her ancestry includes Muskogee Nation, Cochiti Pueblo, and German Irish. Crickett has danced with the National Dance Institute since 2008 and is now in her 11th year at the New Mexico School for the Arts.
Wow.
Crickett loves modern contemporary along with many other things. She's very athletic, very skilled. She loves ballet. She's a wonderful ballet dancer, as is her mom, Lisa, and very good at gymnastics, as is her mom, Lisa, and is an active traditional dancer at the Cochiti Pueblo. So, without much ado, I would like to say, Crickett, we love you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Crickett Tiger. I'm Coach D Pueblo on my father's side and Muskogee Creek on my mother's side. As Tosh mentioned, I love art, I love dance, and I love dancing traditionally with my tribe out in Cochiti. I've been dancing traditionally since I was 5, and lately I haven't been dancing due to COVID, so that's been very hard, but I've been dancing with NDI and NMSA. So yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience going through COVID here in Santa Fe? What did that look like for you with your schooling, socializing, quarantining, dancing, or any of that? Just touch on that a little bit.
Yes, so it was a very difficult time, as it was for all of us. I really tried to express my emotions and really dive really deep into my art and dance. My mom was very kind. She set up a little dance studio in the garage for me to dance online. And I got to really spend time with my family, and I got to do some art with my father, which was really nice. He's a potter, and it was just nice to do some pottery and art with him and just learn from him and just be able to be inspired by him and my whole family. So it was just a
Thank you.
time to spend time with family.
Thank you so much for that, Cricket. And so, when you say you went into pottery, before we talk about your family, can you just tell us, like, what was your experience with the clay? Does the clay have a mind of its own? Does it have spirit? I mean, how did you interact with that tactile developing of clay? Since your father's obviously a master.
Yeah, so my father, going into it, I for some reason didn't think it would be as hard as it was for some reason, but my dad makes it look so easy. So going into it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. But it takes a lot of care and time with the clay, and you really have to take, I guess, be one with like the art you're trying to create. And my father, he took so much time. He taught me all the steps, which is a bunch of steps. Like you have to make the pot, and then let it sit for a day, and then sand it, and then polish it and fire it, and then you can paint it, and then you have to fire it again. So you really spend a lot of time with pottery, and you really spend a lot of time with this one piece of art. So you really gain a connection to it. So he taught me on the rim. He usually, in Cochiti traditions, you would leave an opening in the rim. so that your spirit can leave. And when you give it to to a person that's buying it, or it's now theirs, so their soul can enter the
Oh, wow.
pottery. So that was really interesting. I never really took so much time to think about that, and just those little details were so inspiring, and they just carried on for generations. I mean, in Coach D Pueblo art, or I think in Pueblo art, you can see where they leave an opening so their
Mm.
spirits can leave that piece of art. And yeah, so that was very interesting, and nothing that, like, I didn't know that before. So
That's really beautiful, Cricket. Thank you for sharing that
Yeah,
with us. So,
amazing.
speaking of your family, your father being Diego Rivera and your mom being Lisa Tiger, can you talk to us about you descend from two families with very powerful Native American art legacies on both your mother and father's side? Can you tell the audience about your grandfather, father, aunt, uncles, and stepmom, and what it's like to hail from a legacy of world renowned artists, Native American artists, Indigenous artists? I know that's
yes,
asking a lot, but
yeah. So my grandfather, Jerome Tiger, he's a very well-known artist, painter in Muskogee, and he makes these beautiful paintings um, of Indigenous art, and like the Trail of Tears, and Indigenous people's like struggles, and just he really conveys all the traditions and legacies that come with being Native American. So he really conveys that so beautifully in his art. And same with my father, he uses his art as a way to express what it is to be Native American and what it has been for generations and what comes with that. And they really convey genocide and all of those struggles that Indigenous peoples had to go through for as long as for so long, and still going through. So they very much convey that. So is my stepmom, and it's just very intimidating in a sense, but also inspiring. So like they're intimidating, meaning like very hard to live up to. So like very a lot of pressure, it feels like sometimes, to make as good as art and as inspiring art as they do. So trying to find my own way through art and my own expression of art is sometimes difficult, but I also gain inspiration from them in a sense.
wow,
Wow.
beautifully said, Cricket. I want to hear, tell the audience about your amazing mother. We want to hear about Lisa. She's my superstar.
Yes. So my mother is my biggest role model
Mm.
ever. She's really taught me what strength is, and um, what it takes to be a strong Native American woman in today's society, in today's world. So she has struggles with many, she's struggles with disabilities such as Parkinson's and AIDS. So seeing her deal with those struggles every day, and how she gracefully moves through all those struggles, is just the biggest inspiration and biggest honor to me, to just be able to be surrounded by such a strong woman that never gives up, and never gives up hope, and never um, stops
Completely.
fighting. So
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. Gosh, your mom is my role model
yeah,
because I could spend hours and hours and hours just talking about your mom. I love her so much. Thank you, Lisa. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for your walk. Thank you for your power. So now let's go on to you, Cricket. Let's talk about you. I know you're many things. I've been to see you play football and when you were in, I think you were in elementary school still. You were on the boys' football team. You were the only girl, the only Native American girl. And your mom said, "Hey, let's go see Cricket play football." And we went there. I was like, "Oh yeah, man!" Seeing your little outfit with all your pads and everything, and your helmet on, and playing football. I was like, "Man, that little girl's got it going on." But now you're into dance, art. Obviously, not playing football anymore, right? So you're also an artist, and you talked about that. Thank you. Can you tell us about how you express your artistic vision through both contemporary dance and native culture, and then maybe show us a little piece of your work?
Yes. So I've been dancing. Um, so I danced when I was 5, but then stopped and did sports for a while until I was about 10. And dance was just my way of art expression. So there's like many different arts, but I really just connected with dance, and it was just a way for me to just throw my expressions into movement and just be really free from just everything. And I've been dancing since I was little, as I said earlier, traditionally for my tribe, Coach D. Um, and that just really paved my way for my love for dance, because dancing traditionally and dancing contemporary and ballet are very different. But for me, dancing traditionally really just gave me the love I have for my dance now. So just being surrounded by so many people that share that love for their tribe and share that connection, and so ever since I was little, just in that way of dancing traditionally was just a beautiful way of, well, it just made me love dance in general. So it was
Okay,
nice.
awesome. So should we play a little piece of your dance now for the audience?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is Cricket, everybody. This is her dance to um, give voice as a youth to the Native missing and murdered Indigenous women. So check this out. Missing and murdered Indigenous women. So check this out. Missing and murdered Indigenous women. So check this out. Missing and murdered Indigenous women. So oh wow, that so you choreographed that whole dance yourself.
Yeah, I choreographed the dance. My mom helped me film it. So we had a project at NMSA in the dance department to make solos. And I really wanted to make my solo about the missing and murdered Indigenous women. That's been really affecting the Native American community or Indigenous community. So it was really a chance for me to speak on those, for those voices that were silent, are silenced, are being silenced. And because there's just, it's so many women are being unaccounted for and missing and being murdered without any, and their families are left with no trace of these women, and it's just so sad, and it's just not at all right in any sense. So I think that it's just something that needs to be talked about more, of course, and you really need, because these girls are, and women were sisters and daughters and grandmothers, and just all these, they're so important. And the fact that their voices are silenced and they're no longer with us was just something that I really wanted to convey in my dancing. So like the red light is a lot of questions were about the red light in the thing, and that was so intentional because the missing and murdered Indigenous women use red because they it's told that red is seen by spirits. So when you use red, you're calling back all your stolen sisters and all the women that were lost. So I was really trying to bring forth my stolen sisters and just give tribute to them and give them a voice.
Thank you so much for your
Beautiful,
activism,
Crickett.
Cricket.
Thank
You for your walk, and thank you for you coming from the youth. That's really gonna reverberate and trickle. It's beautiful because it's just powerful, powerful. Dance is a great way to put the message out in various ways. So, what do you want for yourself, Cricket?
I want to keep growing as a person, an artist, an educator, a Native American girl. I just want to just keep growing and learning and expanding my mind in very different ways, and just I guess I want to inspire people like how they've inspired me. So I want to be a voice for those who might not have a voice or might not have a way of, I just want to.
Good.
Beautiful.
All right, the next issue that I wanted to talk to you about is world issues. As Native Americans, we often address important issues through our art and life's walk. Can you tell the audience what Native issues are most important to you and how you are addressing them?
So as I'm addressing them through my like varying arts, like as you can see with my dance, that was a way to express something that was very important to me, which was the missing and murdered Indigenous women. And I think that a lot of important issues have to deal with not only with just our land and how we can just really treat it well. Like our Mother Earth is not happy with us as she should not be, because we haven't been treating her very well at all. And I feel like we should be focusing on really restoring that relationship with her and being very very respectful to her, and just learning how to be conscious of what we're doing. And I think that I would like to see more change in those when it comes with just loving the earth, I guess, just like wanting to.
Thank you for that, Cricket. I totally agree with you. That's what Indigifem's music's all about. And the kind of music we prefer to listen to is hitting on those topics and telling stories and stories to read as well. And thank you. So, what would you like to see from your elders, from the youth today? Because we're always saying what we want from the youth, but what do you want us to do for you and your generation?
I think I would like to see more education from, I would like to receive more wisdom in a sense, like just really um I guess know what it takes to be a caring like person. I like just
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cricket. And you're one of those exceptional, I want to say the word little, even though you're not little anymore. You're an exceptional little being that is so large. And I feel like you've been an elder, and I say that in a
Yeah.
complete compliment, since you've been a little girl.
Yeah.
Since I first met you, there's so much about you, the hojon, the balance, the light, the dark, the female, the male, the correlation with just everything, and just walking with great wisdom. And I give a lot of credit to your ancestors for that. So
Mm.
you're very, very blessed. And my niece Najoni's like that too. She's awesome. So now let's turn that around, even though I'm calling you a young elder, which is a total ultimate compliment. What do you want to see the youth do for the elders today?
I think being very open, and I want to see more willingness to learn. I want the youth to really expand their thoughts and expand and learn from traditions and learn, because I know for me, I would love to learn more about my cultural ancestry and like learn how um, learn how to speak my languages and just learn how to be more invested into um, indigenous like issues. I want to like know what's going around on in the world and know how to make a change. And I want to, yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Cricket. And it's really interesting that you're saying that. The reason I say that is because when I was your age, when I was 17, um, I was not interested in mainstream history. I was interested in Navajo ancestry and stories pre-colonization and that kind of stuff, which is really strong with language, culture, and ceremony still today on the reservation, which we should be grateful for as Indigenous people, that we still have that walk happening. And then as I got older, I started to travel the world, if you will, and get a little bit more interested in other people's histories and other people's like global history, like the Southern Hemisphere history, the Pacific Islanders history, the English people in England's history, the Irish people's history. And, I started to see a lot of juxtapositions in terms of the way things go. History continues to repeat itself. It's happening right now. A lot of juxtapositions. And there's always the protagonists, the antagonists, the activists, the good people, the bad people, and all that kind of stuff. But right now, you've inherited a world, Cricket, from your ancestors. They've left them for you. This is left for you. So, do you plan to continue to? I'm going to use the spotlight and fill that instead of fight. I'm going to say spotlight because obviously you're aesthetic with your arts when you say powerful stuff conceptually with your dance and otherwise. But are you going to continue to spotlight their tracks with your walk artistically or otherwise, or are you going to just blast into education and get a PhD or become a superstar like Angelique Jolie and but be a Native American one and then use that platform to really make change for your people? What can you talk to? I know I said a lot. Hopefully I didn't say too much, but go ahead.
I think that I would really like to explore both in a way. I know that I want to carry my dance and my art for my whole life and use that as a way of expression, because that's always going to be a part of me and I don't think that's ever going to leave. Um, but I also want to use my voice in a way and use my mind and go to school and expand that mind and like expand my knowledge and just really learn how to make a change with all different types of whether all different types of communication, whether that should be art, whether that should be um, like learning activism. I would like to explore all of that in school and just keep that building, I guess, in a way.
Beautiful, Cricket. So that brings me to the thought about activism. And when I was young, your age, I was an activist, but I was really angry. And I was listening to heavy metal and I was playing a heavy metal band and everything just fit for that anger. But I'm looking at you now and I've seen you grow up and watch you and you don't seem to hold that kind of anger. So as an activist, as I got older, I spoke to a wise woman at IAIA and she told me, she said, Tosh, you can continue doing your activism, but you can do it with a fire of love. And I go, what? Because I'm used to boom, boom, just like, rah, And so there's, I guess that's something to think about with activism is like you can do it so beautifully and so powerful, like Buffy St. Marie, right? And then you can also be really radical. So do you have a pathway in activism you've thought about?
Um, at my school, we have a lot of marches that we go to. We've just a couple, like probably a few months ago, we had a climate change march. And what I noticed is that at my school, especially, we're all very, the, the people that talked on that stage were very soft spoken. And I noticed that that translated more than being very, I mean, we do have a right to be angry, but like you said, I think we should transfer that anger into love and just willing to like just make a change, but also make that change in like a way that all of us can just be like connected. So yeah, I mean, I would love to explore I would love to like be an activist and learn the right ways to portray my voice in a way that's powerful and comes across very strong, but also that's very strong and powerful in a way. And I don't, yeah, that's so thing I need to.
That's beautiful. Well, you know what? We are doing really good with time. So, we're talking about you, and but in your you're speaking from a very collective. So you're bringing in your ancestors, you're bringing in your history, you're bringing in your herstory, you're bringing in your family today. So what would you like to see from your generation, all the youth on planet Earth as a collective, And what would you like to see them walk into? I know you mentioned climate change, but is there some other things that you'd like people to really put a lot of energy and numbers and voices to in so many different mediums and media? Um, what would you like to see?
I think that our world is a very hard place to be in right now, especially. I did talk about climate change, and I know that it's been very hard for uh, the LGBTQ community and many communities that struggle with oppression, especially like the indigenous peoples, um, African Americans, just like the whole. I think that I would like to see a change when it comes to just like people of color. Like, I know there's a lot of struggles with oppression, and I just want our whole generation to find ways and resources to make our world a safer place for all those people that struggle and have struggles. And I think we need to understand and communicate and listen to what they have to say and what they're trying to change, because I feel like those changes can very much help our society if we just listen and be willing to make changes within ourselves also.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am on that side with you, Cricket, with my heart and soul, my prayer, my walk every day. Thank you for saying that. Absolutely, absolutely. Allies, allies, allies. So, the last question I have for you before I'm going to invite your mom, Lisa, to come on the screen because we want to see her gorgeous, beautiful face and hear her gorgeous, beautiful voice and ask her a question or two as well. But tell me your definition of thriving in purpose
A definition of thriving and purpose
for you.
for me.
Oh,
I My definition of thriving is just trying, and purpose is just trying my best and trying just hard work to get to where you want to be, whether that be any shape or form. Just I think it takes hard work, understanding, and of yourself and others. And I think in order to thrive, you need to take time to understand yourself and others, and just be able to communicate what you have learned and be able to take what everybody else has learned and add that all up together and get just a whole overview of what things can be like, I guess. I don't think that was confusing, but
you know what? For your 17 years young on planet Earth, you are incredibly developed with your critical thinking skills. So I'm going to applaud you for that. Nice, nice, nice. I love where the direction you're going in. It's a lot of selflessness in there, even though you're taking care of yourself and you're just an amazing young child. To me, you'll always be a child. So if your mom's camera is ready, we'd like to quickly say hello to her and just honor her for being your mother and our sister as well. And then we'd like to take it over to Elena to do a quick commercial break. And then we want to bring everybody in at that point, but we'll keep you posted. So let's see if Lisa's ready to come in. If not, we'll get her in at the end with everybody else. Hey, Lisa, come on in. Turn on your camera if you can. Okay, well, Lisa's getting ready. We'll go ahead and go to Elena. Elena will start with the break and with the little information she's going to give to everybody about the nonprofit, Indigenous Ways.
All right. Thanks so much for that. You just inspire me, Cricket. It's such an honor to have you here. For those that are live in Zoom or out in our social media platforms, not to embarrass anyone or anything, but I just want you to know that tomorrow Cricket is finishing 2 major exams. So just to have her now, uh, not only with what she has shared with us in the circle, but it just shows you, what an extraordinary human being Cricket is. So Cricket, we're really, really honored to have you here. Thank you so much. As Tash said, I'm just going to quickly whip through our ads and then invite everyone to come in who's in Zoom, or if you're in our social media, you might have some questions that you want to ask or have some comments for Cricket. But what I want to share with you at this moment is Giving Tuesday was the last Tuesday of November. Straight after Thanksgiving. We just want to thank you all for that day where, thanks to you, we were able to raise $2,550. We're grateful for the input of what you did. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Next month, we have the extraordinary star Anaya, who will be blessing us next month in the circle, same time, same channel. This is all free, so if you want to come in and see what Star is going to be sharing and doing, please come in at that time. We started this event series April the 1st, so we've been able to support over 145 Native American, Indigenous, LGBTQIA artists, elders, musicians during this time. We were pumping out twice a week, and we had a sabbatical 3-month sabbatical in June, and now we're coming back with the Wisdom Circle once a month. So it's really great to be back in the circle. Thank you for all of you that have been joining us. If you want to find out more who's been in the circle, go to our website, IndigenousWays.org. There you'll see the amazing collection of extraordinary presenters like Cricket, who will also be in the archives, that you can share with your friends. If you're on our social media, or if you have social media, please click on subscribe, like to our social media pages. We want to see you. And as you know, since April the 1st, 2020, all of these shows have had ASL interpreters. They are also free, having access available to all. Just want to give a shout out to our sponsors. This time round, we have the Native American Advice Fund and the Santa Fe Community Foundation. Kudos is to the Northern Rio Grande National Heritage Area, New Mexico Arts, West Ave, and the National Endowments of the Arts. Also to all of those who have made this possible with your individual donations, thank you. Huge shout out as well to our board. And also, thank you. Next week, we're doing another run up to the Navajo Nation Four Corners. There we'll be taking relief run art supplies, food to the deaf and hard of hearing. We're really excited. We're taking a huge crew up with us. We're going to be setting up weaving looms and all sorts of things like that. So this is possible because of you. To date, I think we've had 19 or 20 since May last year. And it's just been going on a beautiful prayer and things. So thank you for allowing us to be of service in this way. This month is the end of the year. I mean, who would have thought? So we've got our end of year campaign. You can go to our website, IndigenousWays.org, if you are able to give. If not, you know what we found, and thank you to this. I want to give a shout out to Christine and also Donna, who nabbed friends on their Facebook page to donate to Indigenous Ways.
Thank you for that.
So thank you so much for doing that. Our Facebook page is Indigenous Ways 501c3. So if you've got more than 2 friends like me, please feel free to do that. Or we're also on Amazon Smile. So if you purchase goods through the Amazon and you go through the Amazon Smile, that portion of what you spend also goes into the nonprofit. And then this is our donate page. We've also got snail mail or our PayPal and Vimo pages. And then and saying that, you know, we've just putting in our, oh, there we go. We'll come back again. Wrong button. If you want to turn your camera on, this is that time to do that. And we'll bring that beautiful, hey Candy, great to see you.
Oh my God.
This is that really cool time.
Caleb.
If you want to connect with whatever's going on, or you want to just share some words with this extraordinary youth, our future generation. I mean, what a wonderful custodian on life. And Crickett, if you're able to, and you feel like, oh, there you are.
Arletta.
And then we've got Orletta and things like that. Tosh.
All right. I want to say hello to everybody. Hello, Arletta in LUK for Look at You Guy. Hello, Candy, my best friend. Candy, I love you so much. I miss you so much. Candy Jones, you're amazing. Caleb, we miss you. We love you. Carlin, you are a rock star. Carla, thanks for being here. Christine, thank you very much for all your support for our nonprofit, you and Donna both. And Michelle Mormel, all right. And Homer Hubble, one of our board members, is here tonight. And I think our other board member, Judy's in here somewhere. Hey, Judy, do you want to come on? Anyways, anybody want to say hi to Crickett?
Or have any comments? Just feel free to unmute yourself. You know, don't forget, if you get shy, Tash sometimes just randomly picks you.
Yeah.
Shell, you've got your...
I just wanted to say, I totally want to encourage all the artistic work that you've been doing, your pottery, your dance. Keep up the good work. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Michelle's beaming in from Michigan. Thanks so much
Carlin.
for that, Michelle.
All right, Carlin, what's up, brother?
Oh, okay. I'm Crickett. I'm not seeing your image at present. I don't have the greatest Zoom skills, I guess. However, I just wanted to say, Tosh brought out something that I thought was very interesting, how you were a very young person in with an old soul. And I really agree with that. I was just, when Tosh mentioned your age, that you're 17, my goodness. And you yourself had mentioned, Crickett, that you're trying to live a conscious life or have conscious living about your attitudes and behavior towards the earth, Mother Earth, and so on and so forth. I have to tell you, I've got 55 years on you, so I'm quite a bit older. But when I was 17, there was nothing conscious about my living whatsoever. So never disrespect the wisdom of youth. You never know when an old soul is going to come through a young body. I totally applaud you for having profound thoughts at your age, and not only just having the profound thoughts, but also doing things in harmony with what you believe in. When I was 17, I'm afraid it was non-existent for me. It's taken a lifetime. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your strong spirit. I wanted to mention also, you talked about your desire to reconnect strongly with your culture, especially with language. And I think that's an incredibly wonderful thing. There's an expression, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. And so good on you. Totally impressed by your conscious living and your profound thought for your age. So keep it up, Crickett. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of years and see what you're doing then.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's so kind.
Right on. Thanks so much for that, Carlon. While people are kind of contemplating in the Zoomster circle, we're just going to go to our social media. We've got Teresa Candelaria, and she says, "Thank you, Crickett, for sharing. You are a very amazing, full of wisdom young woman. And she says, "You go, girl."
That's right, Vanessa.
We've also got Amber, who just says, "Welcome, Cricket." This was earlier in the piece. And every time you were commenting, she was saying, "Beautiful, beautiful, Nijonie, beautiful."
She also says I see Lisa too. And awesome. Okay, let's go to Caleb. Hey Caleb, what's up? All right, Caleb said thank you.
Thank you. I just wanted to let you know, thanks.
Awesome. Candy Jones, my favorite person on earth. What's up, Candy?
Oh, there we go. I'm a little slow on the fingers. Well, getting ready for the big trip, driving back east with a friend to New York to see my ancient parents to avoid all the coronavirus insanity and the airports. And it was so delightful, Cricket, to hear your graceful voice and your open heart and your genuine desire to create and to share. So beautiful. Very much appreciated it. Thank you.
Natura, that means in Cochiti, that means thank you. So natura.
Miigwech.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Candy. Thanks, Cricket.
Oh, Homer wants to
Oh,
talk.
Homer, and then I'll go over to the screen. Thanks for that, Homer.
Yeah, Cricket, I want to thank you for sharing this evening. What I think is really wonderful is to hear that you've been dancing at Cochiti since you were 5. And I'm really happy that part of your heritage is continuing through such a young person and will continue. I just love that. I also really like the fact that you're learning pottery from your father, and that's a skill that is to be honored. And I appreciate you sharing your stories about how you envision or look at the pottery piece that you're making. So thank you for that, and thank you, and good luck in your future dancing. I hope to see you maybe doing the Nutcracker one of these days. Thank you. I can't.
Thanks, Rob.
Right on. Thanks for that, Homer. And thank you again, Cricket. I just want to go over to the social media. We've got Jody Arana coming in from Australia, and she says, "Hi, everyone. Thank you." And thanks, Jody, for beaming in. We've also got Hilda Ritchie, who's beaming in from Wisconsin. She says, "Thank you, Cricket. You are a beautiful soul. My best wishes," which is best wishes is bolded and highlighted. "My best wishes to you on your life journey. Namaste."
Awesome. Love you, Hilda. We miss you. Can't wait to see you. We'll be in Wisconsin. We've been invited back for a festival next year, so we're definitely going to make it a point to come and see you personally. Thank you, Hilda. And let's go to Carla M., Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Woohoo!
Hi, everyone. I am Carla. My goodness, Cricket, you are amazing. As a young woman, as an Indigenous young woman, as a very well-spoken and creative human being, you know, the youth of today, I know that they're a lot like you, but to have someone like you to be able to reach out in different ways of expression, of communicating, through dance, through art. It's just amazing. And I really appreciate that I was invited this evening and could listen to you. And I too can't wait to see what the future brings for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's take it to Mom, Lisa. Lisa, let's share. Let's get a few words from
Thanks
your
for that,
beautiful
Carla.
voice and your gorgeous Oklahoma accent.
Oh, I'm on the floor right now.
Oh, hey, Lisa, what's up?
Hi, I'm on the floor right. I'm shaking. You know how when my medicine's not kicked in yet
Oh,
for the
aren't you proud?
Parkinson's.
Aren't you so proud of little Cricket?
Oh, I'm so proud of her. She's she not only saved my life, but she continues each day to make me want to live. You know,
Oh.
yeah, because I don't know. She when her dad and I decided to try for a pregnancy, I have AIDS and Parkinson's, but with the AIDS doctor, she really wanted me to get pregnant because I wouldn't take the AIDS drugs. And so it was a matter of if I did get pregnant when we tried through artificial insemination, that if I did get pregnant, then I would have to take the AIDS drugs to save her from getting AIDS. It reduced it from 15 to 30% chance to less than 1% chance of her getting infected with HIV. So we conceived on the first try, artificially inseminated, and it took the first time, and I was just like, oh my God. But she literally saved my life. But being her mother every day, she makes me proud, and she's just an amazing child, and I don't know what I did in this
Absolutely.
life to deserve a child like that, but God has truly blessed me.
Oh, damn. We love you, Lisa.
We love you, Lisa.
We love Cricket.
We're definitely grateful that Diego did what he did too to make this creation of Cricket's very, very unique story. Thank you, love. We're gonna get together this week. I've got to see you, Lisa. Donna, let's hear from Donna, and then Judy. Oh, you're on mute.
Boom. Okay. Getting the mouse to move to the right spot. It's Zoom. Hi. Thank you, Cricket. It's at this point, I'm an old person and you're just starting your career, and I see so much potential and so much goodness in what you're already doing. So it's been a pleasure to see that the young generation still has it. You know what I mean?
Hope.
There's hope. Exactly. There's hope that the world will be healed, and that there will be a world to pass on to you and to other generations beyond you, because that's all we have at this point. We have to work together for that. And I think through your art is a really good way to reach people. So thank you.
Thanks for that, Donna. Hey, we've got just before we go to you, Judy, Cricket, we've got a question, which is, do you have a website that we could look into?
Where can we find you, Cricket?
I currently don't have a website. I, however, do have a
Facebook.
So my stepmom, no, not a Facebook. So I have my stepmom, she has photographs and like information on both my dad and her art and my art. And that's, her name's Cara Romero. So she has a lot of art, her art, my dad's art, and a lot of information on that. I can put that in the chat, maybe.
That sounds great, Cricket. If you can pop it in the chat, and people can follow that up. I'll put that on social media too. Thank you.
Put your dad's name and your mom's name and everybody, so they can look at what a rich history you come from. Caleb, remember the guy that came into the class, Diego Romero, the potter with the real fun? That's her dad. Yeah, that's her dad. All right, let's go to Belinda. Belinda, would you like to say hi to us tonight? And then we'll go to Christine.
Oh, cool. That's her dad.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Tosh, for calling on me. Yes, I loved everything that you're doing, Cricket, in your life. Your dance was really inspiring, and just your essence of wanting to do all these wonderful things in your life, and just giving the hope. And I'm just really grateful that I was invited to come in today and being able to see you and your enthusiasm and your fire. So just cheering you on.
Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Thanks
Belinda.
for that, Belinda.
And our last favorite human being on planet Earth is two people. Let's go with Judy first. Judy, I'm sorry I skipped you. My apologies. Love you, Judy. You know how much I love you.
I don't need to be heard. I like hearing. I like the boldness of showing up and doing all of this in front of a bunch of old people who are all of a sudden remembering what it's like to be 17. So thank you.
I knew you'd say something great.
And I guess the only advice I can give besides keep on doing it is don't be surprised if you find another 10 things you want to do along the next 10 or 20 or 30 years, all of which will be beautiful because that's what you're going to bring to it.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thanks for that, Judy.
All right, Christine, what's up?
Volume down. What the heck was that? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay, I couldn't tell if the mute was off. We had some feedback going on. Thank you for all of your sharing tonight, Cricket, and for your excellent questions, Tosh. I learned so much tonight. I especially just wanted to comment about your dancing. I just really want to encourage you to continue to do that. And it was so powerful to me knowing that your focus with that dancing was on all of the lost Indigenous women, the lost and missing women. And I think you bring additional power to it being a young Indigenous woman. And sometimes people talk about things and they hear about it on the television or the radio, but to see you expressing with dance all those emotions and all those visceral physical experiences that come to play in that whole situation is very powerful. So I encourage you on just to continue to do that, because the more people we reach, the more people that can hear the voices of women who don't have a voice right now. We don't know where they are. It's powerful, it's impactful. And I'm really impressed that someone as young as you know, is willing to take on a topic like that and to reach out into the world to just grow the awareness about the fact that that's happening. And we need to do something about it. And it's everyone's problem. It's not just one person's problem or one family's problem or one tribe or one city's problem. It's all of our problem. And it's important for all of us to be aware and to try to come together to figure out how can we help and how can we solve the situations that are occurring where these women are disappearing. So it's very important to my heart. I've worked in domestic violence and social work for many years. So I just really thank you for your powerful way of representing that. So nice to meet you tonight, and thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And what beautiful words to finish on, thinking about this powerful people that Cricket demonstrated with us. Also with the beautiful words of wisdom that she has shared with us tonight. And also beautiful words that you've shared with Cricket. So Cricket, thank you so much for your essence, the beauty, knowing that tomorrow is your last exams, not one, but two. but making this time in the circle to be with us, share your wisdom, your strength, your hope, your foresight, not only as you walk in this incredible world with your ancestors on your lineage, on your patrilineal, your father's side, your matrilineal on your mother's side, the power of all of your ancestors living in today and how you walk. We feel extremely blessed with your words that you've shared with us tonight. Let's everyone give it up for the amazing, amazing Crickett. Thank you. Also, we are every third Wednesday of the month. We want you to come and join us next month. Share the link with friends.
Star
We've got
Nayaya.
Star Nayaya. And also, as a bonus on Friday, we're partnering with the Institute of American Indian Arts as they come back. We're talking about January, the third week, as they come back to school in their orientation. We're doing a special movie and panel, which we'll look forward to telling you about in our newsletter. And if you're not on our newsletter, go to IndigenousWays.org. That's also going to be happening on Friday. But check out Star Anaya. Nayaya. We'll also have beautiful Crickett's video in our archived library on our website.
Forever.
So if you want to check that out again, and that amazing piece in regards to missing and murdered women, and like Christine was beautifully shared, but also seeing it visually from what the beautiful Crickett was saying. And then I want to also give it up for our access. So we've got beautiful Zol, who is our ASL interpreter, as well as Tristan. So let's give it up for our ASL interpreters. Tash, do you have anything to say before we close up?
Thank you all for supporting our Navajo Nation runs. We'll be taking off Tuesday. Donna and Christine, we got your box of socks that we're going to be delivering.
Thank you.
Nice, thick, warm cotton socks for our people on the res. Thank you very much. We're focusing on Navajo, deaf, and hard of hearing this week. So we'll be seeing other people along the way. We're actually going to make a quick run up to Black Mountain to do some other stuff. But love you, everybody. Have some good food and watch some good Netflix tonight. That's what I'm going to do.
So in saying that, hey, a big shout out again to everyone. Thank you for your time and being with us, whether you're live or watching the recording on the social media or our archives. Hey, let's give it up one more time for the extraordinary, unbelievable Crickett!
We love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Take care, everybody. Be safe.
It's a long way from home.